Good evening, everybody. The time is now 6:03. Calling the Special Committee for Justice, Equity, Diversity, and Inclusion to order. We'll start with our roll call. Emmanuel?
Here.
Crystal? Akil? Jess?
Here.
I'm here. Andrea?
Here.
Jeffrey Tyus?
Here.
Sam Scafid? Jeff Deeds?
Here.
Karen?
Here.
Daisy?
Present.
Matt? Larney?
Here.
Jeremy?
Here.
Tammy? Shannon. Okay. All right. We do not have an audience today. So we will move straight to subcommittee breakouts. But before we do, everybody should have a copy of the strategic action plan that Shannon emailed to everybody this morning. Upon review, I'm not sure this incorporates the changes the subcommittees recommended. So if in your subcommittees, you can take a look at your prior notes and see if those changes have been incorporated in this version, that would be fantastic. And if they haven't, we'll follow up. All right. So the time is now 6:04, and we will reconvene.
So just so that I know.
Yeah.
She requested information from each of the committees, correct?
Correct.
And then what was she supposed to do with that information?
Now, my understanding was that we were refining this. The first version we got was a draft. We were going to review and give feedback, and then we'd get a final version.
Okay.
Does that sound right?
Yes, that's accurate.
Okay. So I just want to make sure this is in fact
The final version.
Yeah, and not just the same thing we have. Okay. Any other questions before we break?
Yeah, I have one.
Yes, Jeff.
Which subcommittee am I in? Because I was never in a subcommittee since I've been here.
Your pick? Because I don't recall.
He was with Bill.
Oh, was it
Whatever one Bill was on.
Bill was on
Bill
Justice.
Justice?
Police and
Okay,
Justice.
so you're with us.
Yep.
Okay.
Welcome. All right. So, do we need an hour? Should we say 30 minutes?
30.
30 minutes.
All right. We'll reconvene at 6:35. Thanks, everybody. Where you want to go?
In the background, yeah.
With Tammy and Andrea.
Me and
Me.
Crystal and Karen. Yep.
Where are we going? You want to stay here? Want to go down there?
Here.
Where would you like to go?
We get to go right here at this table.
Okay.
Oh, thanks.
It's just the three of us, so. You're in it. How you feeling?
So this is actually a good day to walk. Some days I can't walk at all.
How have you been?
I was going to ask you that.
I like your hair.
Thank you.
It's beautiful.
Thank you. I like yours too. I like red. My mom had reddish blonde hair, and I always wanted to be a redhead. So when I was in high school, there was this color called auburn because my dad didn't want me to change the color, but I had like reddish highlights, and you know how dads are. They want how you came into this world. That's all they want to figure. Come on. And so anyway, I just like different colors of hair. That's pretty. Red is one of my favorite. Well, red is my favorite color anyway.
I did not know that. Purple's my favorite color, but yes. So, but I normally am a red, like I dye my hair red normally, but like when I was staying at home with the kids, I didn't want to spend the money on dyeing my hair. So now that I'm back at work, I'm gonna keep it up. I got a job about a month ago as a training specialist at Oakwood Laboratories. It's a pharmaceutical lab. It's called Oakwood Labs in Solon.
Oh, okay.
They manufacture pharmaceuticals, so they're a contract manufacturer. So they work with other companies.
Have you heard of Wolters, WOLTERS, Kluwer? KLUWER. It's a German company in Heights. So I did temporary work there. I don't know, maybe about 3-4 years ago. And it was really nice. And their building looked like a spa, like a one-level apartment building with all of these intricate paths and all.
We'll see. I go in tomorrow.
COVID came, and then they told me in January, they said, we don't know. COVID seems to shut down for about a month or two. They shut down. Opened up. And did I miss them? Yeah, because it was interesting. And, well, I was a receptionist, but, everybody talks about receptionists. But it was a nice company. So after that, I just kind of started doing my own thing, so
Right, like exactly.
It's funny on the side. But now that I'm on council, we have to fill out this form every year, and I just don't want to get into trouble. So
right?
with
Like,
me
because
being
so,
paid
like,
by the government,
so it's on
and
my
then
day
I'm writing nonprofit information to the government to get money up there.
Exactly.
I don't know. Maybe I could do it, but in my heart, I'm not going to. How we have to think about things, what's important to me, but I can work with someone and say, okay, what do you think? Do this. I let them do it themselves. This way it keeps me clean.
That makes sense.
That's one thing I don't like. Particularly, that's just not me. So how are you doing as a kid?
Kids are doing good. Yeah, my youngest just started preschool, so he's learning to his sight words and writing the words and stuff.
Is he in Twinsburg?
Yeah, my family all lives in Twinsburg. So yeah, he's going at the Goddard at Twinsburg. So
Okay, Goddard's on McDonald's. Is that what
there's two Goddards. There's one in Solon, and then there's one in right next to Heinen's in Eaton's Green.
Oh yeah.
Right next to Kinder Care.
Oh yeah, because my granddaughter went to Kinder Care. And now she's 13. So, and we took a picture of her. She was almost somewhat old. She stood on top of the table, and then they were playing music, and she started dancing.
She had fun.
And so my husband, videos, and every now and then we'll pull it out. Jay, look at you.
So what did we do last month? Because I wasn't able to come last month because it's my husband's birthday that day.
You know what?
To transition from that to this.
It wasn't monumental.
Okay.
I don't have that. You guys
Because we have a lot of people,
but
and
the
then
last
they schedule it.
I don't.
We have a meeting. I think our next meeting is in May.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I think we have one more. And then I think we go on recess. I don't know, but I could follow up.
Recess for the summer.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Because I do not know anything about that. So yeah, if you have the dates, that'd be great.
Yes. So anyway, I'm trying to think if this is.
Yeah, I didn't bring my notes, so I'm gonna see if I can find. Go ahead.
I didn't bring them on. The only thing.
I can see if I can find the email I sent a while back.
The only thing I have this from Shannon, and this is everything that we've done. And what I would like to see done is, remember when we first started and we got a booklet? Did everyone get a booklet?
A booklet on one of those?
Like this?
I had one that I was sharing with Shannon when I was an intern, but I didn't get another one after I became official.
This is from Shannon, so is this Shannon's book?
No, I think she gave one to everybody else,
yeah,
so
yeah,
I think
she
that's
did.
yours.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I can't find mine, so I have to borrow Shannon's book.
Oh,
It's
okay.
somewhere in the house. So,
This is a copy I can have. Yeah.
so this is all the information, regarding the meetings and whatever. And I'm trying to think.
Let me see if I can find.
Do they want us? One thing I was reading, reading something, and it was really interesting. I marked it in the book.
What diversity or what inequity is. You know, they don't understand privilege and inequity and what that means. So they kind of started at the very basic and then kind of worked their way up, which I think started at the basic was very interesting because a lot of people don't understand that we don't start at the same start line in life when we're born. And so we're constantly trying to catch up to a line or the finish line is unfair. So they started there, they went up, and starting on page 6 is where we did our city employment. The city employment group, I've been a part since the very beginning, has really focused on just this building, recruitment.
Okay, connecting Jedi community to community partners to make a difference together. Was what Sam you. Connecting Jedi to community partners to make a difference together. One thing I'll tell you is that the schools would make a great partnership with us. I know, I personally know Kathy Powers, and maybe between now and our next meeting, we can have not so much of a dialogue, but maybe we could meet. You work 5 days a week, right? All day.
Yeah.
And you have limited free time, right?
Yeah, unless I bring a kid with me.
It doesn't matter to me. I mean, I used to bring my daughter with me, and it would be under an hour.
Yeah.
I'm looking at it, to community partners to make a difference. And I was thinking about, extending invitation to community partners to attend our events at Jedi meetings. Have invited guests at our next Jedi meeting after the completion of this strategic plan. I know I read it, but I went to sleep and everything went out of my head. So, have an event planned for the summer. I would like to plan an event for Wednesdays.
Yeah, that'd be nice if we can get that ball rolling before it gets too late to do it.
Right.
Yeah.
Even though it says have an event planned for summer, it's like by the time August, Wednesdays is in August anyway, maybe we can get a booth or something and talk about what we do, or and it says community partners to make a difference. We could possibly, like I said, work with the powers, work with the board, the school board,
Okay.
work with them. And because one of the young ladies I know, and I forget her name, but I know her because she wanted to work with the history. But we didn't have a chance to focus on that because I was really disappointed. What we do as a committee, and this is what we should do. If we're going to do a presentation or a program, we need to do it sooner than January, and then Black History's in February. You know what I'm saying? But I don't want this to appear because I'm thinking just Black History. But any program or anything that we do, I want to be on top of it, work with the schools. One thing the schools did mention, they said next year, Black History, they certainly want to be a part of it. They really do. But our next program or event would be Wednesdays, right?
Yeah, I think it would have to be. We just have to figure out who to contact to try to get like a table or a booth or something.
I could do that.
Yeah, Michael was doing that, and again,
I could do that. And,
long to, so one of the things I'm gonna have to do is send out.
and you know what? And there may be, I'll talk to the mayor and see if we need to pay, or the city pay for us getting a booth.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so when we do have a Twinsburg, can
And
we,
part of the issue here with the city is.
we could possibly sell Wednesday t-shirts, but everybody's gonna be selling Wednesday t-shirts. What's something unique we could have? Socks? Wednesday.
But yeah.
I don't know. Do we want to sell something? I don't know if we want to sell anything.
I don't know.
I'd like
We
to.
could get some things donated.
Yeah, if we could get some like something to hand out or like
Yeah.
so we can, and then we can also have something that talks about Jedi while we're there.
Right, right.
Hmm.
Yeah, so that was one, because we needed to figure out.
Because usually, if just say we do it at Wednesdays, there's gonna be a lot of interaction with the kids.
Mm-hmm.
Probably more kids than grown. Because, you know, I took my kids there, and after a while, I was like, yeah.
Well, they had those stickers that they handed out, right? Like
Yeah.
that they handed out before the other events. So
Yeah.
we could do something like that to hand out to the kids.
And what would the sticker say? Would it say Wednesdays?
No, I mean our focus is to spread Jedi's mission, right? We
Yeah.
want to do something more along those lines versus just promoting Twinsdays, which they're already there for. So we can be there and use the traffic that Twinsdays bringing in, and like capture that by, you know, showcasing Jedi's mission while we're there. But I don't think we need to market Twinsdays
Right.
or have anything that says it on there. You know.
Right, right, yeah, that's true, But I want something that we can give them, so they would have something in their hand. And just say, even if we got pens like this, that's probably what,
Pens would be cool.
would you say it will cost us $1 per pen?
Less than $1.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Put like, you know, Jedi.
I think we need to talk to Shannon and see if we can get something like that, like pens. Yeah, that
I
says.
could talk to her.
Yeah.
And would it be under Jedi? You know, Jedi. Well, she could help me with the writing. You know, would you say like Jedi? City of Twinsburg.
See, I would have to say Twinsburg on it too, otherwise.
But I think that would be great because a lot of communities, they do hand out pins, and it's so nice. I was at, you know, it's the focus group. They used to be Cable 9 on Highland Road, and I went there. They had a meeting there, and I went there, and they had like a box of their pins, and focus. And that's what they're called, you know. And so nice pen.
Yeah, and then every time someone uses it, it reminds them of us, so, and our message.
Right, yeah. And now I do know there's this girl. She does our T-shirts for us. I could talk to her and see how much the pins will cost.
Okay. Yeah.
How many pins do you think?
Twinsday, I don't know. It depends. I mean, Twinsdays is very highly populated. If we're going to have a table multiple days and not just one day, then, I mean, hundreds? Maybe? Depends on how many people come to our booth and such.
You know what else? you would know this more than, because my kids are grown. Remember those little plastic bands that they used to wear on their wrist? You know those, they could be like maybe this wide, and
Yes, those are, yeah, I love those.
yeah, are they still wearing them?
I don't know if they still are. That was a couple years ago that
I
they were very
know.
popular.
Yeah, it was, and you know, sometimes you don't want to bring back stuff that was popular 2 years ago, because they're going, oh, I don't want to do that.
So, do you want to invite Kathy Powers to come to our next meeting so we can have her have a discussion at that time?
We could do that. We could do that. And if she can't make it in the evening, then perhaps, oh, you work. Maybe we could, what time did you get off?
Not till 5:30.
I'll see when Kathy's available.
Okay.
And maybe it could be like under 30 minutes, if you don't mind.
No, that's fine.
Okay. So,
And doing onboarding process of community and diversity. So I don't know if you guys are still continuing to do that or not.
because she does want us to work with her. I know, particularly for Black History. So, but that gives me the, you know, I know now that she wants to have a relationship with the schools and the city. I don't know if she has other, but I think now's a good time to start.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Trying to think, what else can we do in our community?
So if we want to use this as like give an update, you know, during our community engagement portion when we're talking during the main part of the meeting, if we want to use this as like what did we accomplish any of these goals, or where are we focused on moving forward, then, you know, the first one was the bridge the communication gap between the city and all community members, inclusive of race, nationality, etc. So they did initially, when we made this, we were focused on creating a website, but the Together Twinsburg kind of takes over that. That's the first, it's just the last page, the other side of it. The very last page is our page. Yeah, that one, right there. And so this is our section. And so the first objective was to create a website. However, Together Twinsburg kind of is the website, right? So we don't really need to create a separate website at this point.
Right.
So I need to create a QR code that links to that site so that we can start using it for flyers and such, like on Twins Days, and people can go to the site and learn more about us.
Okay. You know what, when you created, you could do a demonstration. We could always pull down, you know, and just show everybody what we have so far.
Oh, of the Together Twinsburg site? Yeah, I have to, I'm not sure if they've updated it all with any of our events or anything that we've done for Jedi. I'm not sure how updated those websites are.
I could talk to Shannon.
Yeah, we need to figure out what they're actually doing with those websites, and you know, on the Together Twinsburg, and if the Jedi page has been updated with anything. And then, so that would be the first one. And then our second one is create programming and events. So we had the library event that went in February. That was our committee's focus.
Okay, the mayor kind of sort of wants events like that here.
Yeah, I know, you told me.
Yeah. Sorry to repeat myself.
No, you're fine.
But he just wants the traffic to come here, but it's fine.
I disagree, but okay.
You know, I feel as if, you know, what here. Okay.
But that's good to know if that's what, I mean, the library did so much marketing for us and stuff, so
What they did.
they did a lot of
A
work.
lot of people. But you know what? Let me play around with it.
How many people do we think went to the library one? I didn't count. Like 20?
No, it was more than that.
Was it more than
I
that?
was in the hallway.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I saw people backs. it was really nice. It really was.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, I don't have a problem with it. I just regretted what he said.
Yeah.
You know, and I looked at him and that's what I did. I went like that, like, hey, you're here, I'm not.
Well,
We'll see.
too bad he's not here tonight.
Yeah, well, he would have. But I mentioned, he said, you know, I'm so tired. I said, well, then you don't have to come to the meeting. And so he said, really? I said, yeah, you don't need to come. But that's the only, he's just tired. But we could have it all there. Give me some pointers, okay? Why?
Well,
Just tell me.
because
Between you and me.
because one, they do a lot of the marketing for us, and two, one of the main messages that they gave us during, you know, the consultant said during the equity event was that we need to go to where the people are, and not necessarily bring the people to us. And that's the main focus of an initiative like this for the city, is we have to bring the message to the people, and having them come to us is the opposite of that.
Okay, all right. Sounds good to me.
So I mean, what's the purpose of paying her for her advice if we're not going to take
We're
it?
not gonna take it.
Yeah,
Right.
I mean, she knows what she's doing.
Right, she did. Well, you know what, I'll bring it up to him. One thing he says, he's not gonna say no. I don't want it, I want it here. He didn't say that. All he said was, can we direct some more traffic here? And I said, I'll see what I can do. I'll talk to people.
I mean, we do. I know we have this room, and I know we could use it. It's just it's an intimidating room if you're not used to being here, you know. And I mean, I'm not sure everyone in the community wants to come voice their opinions in a room like this. I mean, this room gives the power to the government and not to the people.
Yes.
And because this is the government's room,
Yeah.
and if the people want to be heard, I don't think that this is the venue for it.
Yeah, yeah. You know what, I'll tell you what I would love to have. You see this lobby out there?
Mhm.
I wish the lobby was just as big as this. This one could have all our events. Now, the lobby is intimidating. The ladies' room, this room, you know, you could sit whatever you want, and this room doesn't have to be touched. I remember before I got on council, and I used to come in here, and it was like, how do I dress? I didn't know how to dress. I dressed up.
Yeah.
I had on a suit, I heels, I sit down, I was quiet, and you're right.
It's a big deal. I mean, people have a lot of anxiety, like coming to here for the first
I
time.
know.
If he had it like, if he wants to have it at like a community place, he should just have it at the community center.
We could have it there. I was just
That's a
gonna
way
say.
better option because everybody goes there for things anyways, so that they feel more comfortable there.
Right. You know, I remember when I first started coming to council meetings, I didn't know where to sit. And it was like, council was like staring at me. And I'm sure they weren't, but I felt eyes, and I'm thinking, is this how it is? So then they kept coming back, and they stared, I kept coming back, and they stared, and I'm thinking, you know, sometimes you just have to overcome the fear.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Then I came and I think, we gotta do this, and I felt fine.
When I came for my interview for when I was trying to get an internship or whatever, I was terrified. I was like, oh my God, these people are going to ask me questions. They're super important people on this panel. I don't know what to say. It's recorded.
You're right, and I felt like I was the only one who felt like that. And then they took me out this one, it was the mayor, one of the former mayors, and they said, okay, Daisy, what you do? And they were saying, somewhere you sit this way, when the camera is on, they'll get your face and more than they'll get the one sitting over there. And I'm thinking, my face to be shown.
I don't know how I get away from that. That's
But then guess what I did? I said, oh, they told me.
Yep. All right, so
Okay.
so we're at number 2. So to say that we were adhering to this objective, we did do the library event. So we did have an event, even if it wasn't October, and I can speak to why we couldn't do October because there was a lot of
There's a lot of things
stuff that
going
needed.
on.
Well, yeah, and we had to plan for it. It wasn't something that could be happened because they had a lead time for the programs that were printed by the library. And the people that did come to our library event came because they saw it in the program. And so, because I was asking people when we were talking, you know, what made you come here? Why did you see it? And they saw it in the program.
Right.
So I mean, we would have got a lot less people if we would have had it here too. Just saying.
Yeah, which is good. But you know what, okay, I was gonna ask you something. Okay, so, do we have anything planned? Have anything planned for October, even though it has 2022?
That was 2022. No, when we broke that, we
Oh,
were
yeah,
just.
that's right, that was here.
Yeah,
Are we gonna have something in October 2020?
I don't have anything planned yet, but we could work on it.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think this summer probably is more important. Trying to work on this Twins Days thing first.
Yes, I think that Twins Days should be number one.
Yeah, I think so too.
Okay.
So let's just say that this was our initial goal, but we pushed it back because of the planning part, and so we ended up having the library event.
Yes.
And that was what this goal was.
Okay, now when are we gonna do the library again?
I don't know yet. So that depends on, well, I think that let's do the Twins Days first,
Yeah,
and
Twins
then we'll
Days,
look into
and then-
doing another event, yeah.
You know what, I think that's good.
I don't want to do too much at
You know
once, so.
what, you know what, and then plus the fact that you don't wanna be overwhelmed, because you work,
Yeah.
I have my thing I have to do. It'll give us enough time to do what
And then
we
that
need
brings
to
us to this one, which is the create relationships, building opportunities in the community. That's the Twins Days thing. So we're going to try to focus on that for the summer 2023.
do. Okay.
And then for the last one, connecting Jedi Committee to community partners, we're going to get in contact with Kathy Powers, and we're going to talk to her about how we can connect moving forward.
Right, sounds good.
And we already connected with the library, and that kind of counted with this too.
Right.
I cannot put you on the
And I
witness
think
stand.
that's great. Because Kathy really wants to be a part of Black history. That's one thing I know. And we could have the whole auditorium. And we don't have to bring anything. They could set it up and take it down. And I think that's great.
Yeah, that is great.
From a superintendent's point of view, you know, because we don't, all we have to do is just come and let her know.
Well, good. So we'll plan next year, next Black History Month, or this next February.
Yeah, February. But
So we'll plan to work with her.
Yeah, but we're gonna need to start when in October for Black
Probably.
History.
Yeah, we'll start planning then.
Mhm.
Okay, cool. So at least we can speak to our goals since it's recorded, and if the community members are interested to know if we actually focused on this at all. I think it would be just good to verbally speak to the goals that we created and where we are with them.
Right, I think so.
Since there is that mentality that we're just here for show, and I want to make sure that we negate that.
No, you know,
I used to love those years.
People are going to believe what they want to believe, but I'm not going to give them extra evidence for
you know
it.
what, right. And I look at this, I think this is great. I think this committee, you know, it's a godsend. It keeps us focused on our community development. And as far as hiring practices, I think we hire, I don't know what Indians, you know, the dark, I don't know what the right term to call them, but I think he's a police officer. I know he's an employee here, and it's good to see diversity really plays.
Do you feel that the Jedi Committee has done what you hoped it would do when you suggested its creation?
You know what? It's getting there. At least there's an awareness. See, first you have to realize that Jedi is real. You know, it's real. It's not. We're not in Hollywood anymore. It's real, and I just want people, you know, in my book in the Bible, do unto others as you want them to do unto you. It doesn't say the Bible doesn't say anything about race.
That's why you need to get into
But
policies and procedures.
treat me like you should be treated. That's what I'm getting at. And then, you know, in the experience that I had in school, things are getting better. You know, I don't ask my daughter, we don't talk about race or things that happen at the school, but, you know, I have friends that will
That was
say,
something
you
I
know,
thought I could
this,
have done right
this,
away,
that. But I don't want to jeopardize her position at the school either, so, you know, she keeps her business and I keep mine, you know. And you know what, and, before I came on this committee, you know, I know, you know, and not that she would talk about what happened at the school, but she'll say, oh, I had a rough day, or, you know, with kids, whatever. And now, you know, I think, well, you know, we're government, now you're still with the school. And I just kind of want to keep that separate from her, you know, if you understand, because I don't want to leak anything, and I don't want her to leak anything that I'm saying. So, you know, we have that agreement with each other, because I don't want, you know, I want whatever she's doing, you know, do it with the best of her ability. And, you know, when people talk about the schools, it's always great things. And if I mention anything about the schools, it's always great. And she asked me about, you know, are you doing house council good? I mean, it's good. It's always good. To me, like, if she says, how was your meeting good? I'm find you good. I don't tell you. You know, it's good. It's good to me, good to talk. Because what we're doing, you know, we're not selfish in this. We're giving of ourselves. We're helping people. We're helping people we don't know. That's a good thing. That makes me feel good.
Akron, of course, is bigger, but the
Right.
That's good.
Yeah.
supervisor.
So what is it?
I don't know. Well, I think it's,
Those were different people.
oh yeah, well, pastime.
Because you know what, I like this one, I should be
Should what?
well,
Yeah, I agree.
it is a little bit, you bring them around. Because, after a while, you know, the purpose we know what we're doing.
I agree with that.
Yeah, and, you know, the only thing we can't say with council, because sometimes we can be doing for a long time, but that's a good thing. You know, that's a good thing. But here, I am really grateful that people believe this and are aware that this is going to, what we say we're going to do. I think it's very important. There's a lot of citizens and I'm grateful.
I'm fine.
All right, wrapping up.
Okay, good talking.
Good talking to you.
Okay, you do this. Everybody's so
Yeah.
Announce it, yeah.
Okay, upgraded plugs. USB connections in there.
You sleep yet?
Oh my gosh. The bottom of my eyelids.
Where are you gonna give birth at?
Oh,
Okay.
Yes, because we had all the windows open.
There, so
Not
Yeah.
allergies were a thing.
Friend of mine.
man, I've been taking Claritin. I already got a sinus infection from my allergies.
I love it. She probably goes to my
Have to take
doctor.
Claritin.
All the employees that work there, all of their their wives.
I didn't even ask you, but I'm just doing it.
Just because you can doesn't mean you should.
So, like this time, my husband and I
That would kill yours.
He's alive. He's But the little one.
Oh, not the fancy ones
No, no.
you get from the prescription.
No, no.
Because I take those, and I'm pretty sure you can't take two.
Oh, no. Those
They
little
hype
ones
you
from
up. Those got like
Costco.
pseudoephedrine.
So I'm like,
and
oh,
stuff.
and on my chart,
We ready?
There you go.
Hi, everybody. The time is now 6:42. We had so much to talk about. We went over by just a few minutes. That's good news. So we will jump right into, still no audience, the subcommittee reports. So, Jeff, will you get us started, please?
Yes. So we determined for the Justice and Police Relations Group, we were brainstorming ways to bring our police officers and our community together. So we were looking at upcoming events. On May 18th is the senior checkout, where apparently seniors from Twinsburg High School are checking out of high school essentially, right before they graduate. And apparently they have food trucks and things of that nature. And so it provided an opportunity for the officers to connect with graduating seniors. We thought about maybe having a t-shirt or something that we could give to the seniors, and maybe some kind of activity that promotes engagement with the police officers that day. And we wouldn't have to worry about food because there are food trucks at this particular event, so we wouldn't have to worry about food. This is also Police Week that week, and so the idea was to have social media posts for our police officers, you know, highlighting different police officers during the week, who they are, what they do, things of that nature. We were going to request a tour. Some of us are going to request a tour of the police department, and that will provide us an opportunity to take pictures, videos, things that we can then post on our Twinsburg social media sites. Emmanuel mentioned how he got a tour of the police department after the George Floyd incident. He spoke with Chief Noga regarding wanting to interact with the police officers. And so he was afforded the opportunity for a tour. And so I just wrote down that maybe we can get our current chief, Tom Mason, to be the one to provide us with a tour. And we would do it at different times and different days. And we wanted to encourage all the other members to consider joining for a tour. May 3rd is one date that's floated around, Wednesday, May 3rd, and then Monday, May 8th, maybe after this meeting, to do a tour as well. All right. And then lastly, the idea of having the police, having our committee and police promote a Juneteenth celebration. The idea of having grills set up for like hamburgers and hot dogs and things of that nature. Jeremy is going to look into the food budget, because we were thinking in terms of the event, the Safety Forces event that we had in October. All right, because they had food there. They had a grill there at that event. So trying to figure out a budget by looking at what was spent during that particular event. And asking Shannon if she would look into park availability, maybe Liberty Park, if that's available, and potentially doing it on Monday, June 19th, yes. But also keeping maybe the weekend available as well, just depending on the availability of park and things of that nature. All right. And this is to be discussed. The Juneteenth event is to be verified and discussed further at the next meeting for which I will not be here.
Do you want to tell them why?
I'm taking 28 students to Greece.
Nice.
So, yeah, everyone says how nice. I'm a little worried about it, to be quite honest, but
You need chaperones?
it's the two biggest faculty members. I'm 6'5", he's 6'8". We are the two taking the largest study abroad group. So,
It's not enough.
College kids?
So, yeah.
Definitely not enough.
That's not enough.
And that's it. So we're excited about some of the things that we have planned coming up pretty soon here. And I'm open to questions if anyone has any, or we as a committee, as a group, are open to any questions.
Jeremy had also suggested for the senior checkout, having the students, like having some gift cards to give away, but the students have to come and interact with the police officers in order to get their names in the hat to win the gift cards. We're taking Chipotle because, you know, everybody wants that. But yeah, we had at first explored the idea of getting t-shirts made that they could hand out, but we couldn't come up with anything clever enough to go on the shirts that we thought the kids would actually wear. So if any of you are creative and have an idea for that.
It was primarily a what?
You want to read what we talked about, though?
Okay, yeah. So here are our suggestions. Stay safe, class of 2023, because we care. Don't text and drive. Don't drink and drive. When in doubt, Uber, Lyft, or phone a friend, but not while driving. Again, we're not very witty. So if you have an idea, I don't think anybody's going to wear that shirt.
It was just a way for the committee and the officers to support our seniors as they are getting ready to graduate. So, and to encourage them to make good decisions, you know, because too much happens that week leading up to graduation or whatever. So,
Yeah.
I have one comment. It sounds like you're doing great things, and I love the events that have already happened as well. Where all our committees seem to be doing things in their own little silo. I do think that it would be more advantageous if we all connected together, especially since I think community engagement can participate in that as well. So if there's anything you need or you need additional, opinions, comments, labor, manpower, please reach out.
definitely. Any other questions? And definitely, if you hear things that you want to participate in as well, I mean, this isn't just for us, it's for everybody, so.
Okay. Any other questions, thoughts, comments? I will say the idea of selecting dates certain for the tour was to be able to take photos to use for National Police Week. So we could give people a heads up in case they wanted to dress up for work that day. But Jeremy's also working the midnight shift, so we were going to go visit him and tour around 7 p.m. on the 3rd. And then, of course, after this meeting on the 8th. So everyone is invited.
And National Police Week is the week of May 14th.
Okay. All right. City employment diversity.
We went over the strategic action plan because since we have a new HR director and the current objectives for our subcommittee are heavily involved the HR director in the legal department. So we just wanted to make sure that she was aware of the objectives and whether or not she had any concerns, especially with the timeline, but as well as the action steps, whether they are still going to be with something that she feels are necessary, and then also something that she would be able to accomplish within the timelines that we have set. So she's going to take a minute to look over them. We went over some things, and then we'll reconvene to see what needs to be changed. But I was telling her that the two previous HR directors, especially the first one when we first started doing this, we had a lot of improvement for that first year of, redoing some things, especially having all employees do some type of diversity training when they, a yearly training course. But then some other things, didn't get done yet, but we're actually on this objective form. So we'll reconvene and go from there.
Great. Any questions for Andrew? Okay. Jess, community outreach?
So we also did the same kind of focus. We wanted to look over the strategic plan and kind of see how we were adhering to the goals and objectives that we had previously set and to make sure we're on course since we committed to the strategy plan. So the first one was bridging the communication gap between the city and all community members, and we were looking at creating a website and also a QR code, and we feel that the Together Twinsburg site does fill that need, so an alternate website is not necessary. However, now that it's been out for a while, one of the things we need to do is get with Shannon and Mark and see how many community members have signed up for that, how many are going to specific pages, if our page has been updated and with what and how often. And so those are the things we need to follow up on before we're going to focus on creating a QR code that connects to it. We want to make sure that it's where we want it to be at that time. So that will be what we're going to do moving forward for that goal. Our other objective was creating programming and events that are representative of the city's diverse population. We had a timeline of October 2022. However, there was a lot of lead time in planning when we did the library event. The program had at least 2 to 3 months before we could get that out and on the books. So that was pushed until February, but we did have that as an equity focus. And I wanted to say we had some decent attendance. Did anyone count? Because I did not count how many people attended.
No, but we should have.
Because I had number of attendees as the metric.
18,
Yeah.
20.
Most of the
I was
cities
thinking
look-
20-ish.
Yeah.
Okay, that was what I thought too.
You think it was more than 20?
Do you think it was more than 20?
It was more than 20. I was out in the hallway.
Yeah,
It had to be at least 30 people.
30. Okay, so let's say 20 to 30. And then our next one was creating relationships and building opportunities within the community. And we wanted to have an event planned for summer 2023 was one of our goals. We're going to focus on Twins Days and working on getting a booth or a presence on Twins Days. And that will be what we'll be talking about at our next meeting as well, and getting all the details planned for that and reaching out to the people we need to reach out to and talking to Shannon about budget. Our last objective was connecting with existing community partners. We did do that when we talked to the library and got the staff on board. They were wonderful with helping us implement that event. And we were able to, a lot of the staff actually came up before and after the event talking about our program and was really happy to be able to participate and be a part with Jedi. So just that part alone, being able to create a relationship with the library staff, I think was a big hit. We also are going to talk with Kathy Powers, and she has made it known that she'd like to be involved with the Jedi Committee, specifically next year's Black History Month, but that needs some lead time planning, so we'll be focusing on that at the end, the second half of the year as well with her, and also having a meeting with her maybe within the next 30 days to see what else we can do as well. And that is my update.
Awesome. Any questions for Jess? You have a question.
I just have a statement, I think.
I accept statements as well.
I just feel like we need to find some way to collect emails. I think if people receive an email from us, they're more likely to show up to events. I just don't know the best way to go about doing that.
I think we can talk to Mark
There was some mention that the Together Twinsburg website can create a list of the people who click that they want to get more information on specific things, and Jedi could be one of those specific things. But that's why I think we need to see how many people have signed up for the website and have clicked Jedi as something that they're interested in hearing more about, because then we can use that as a marketing list as well for the people who have signed up. But if that's not an option or it's not being well used, then an additional option may be necessary to look into.
Did I send you the list from the Black History Month event? The list of people who signed up?
No.
Send that to you.
I know that we've done a survey that I think it was a couple months ago. We tried a survey. We didn't get a lot of response. Is that something that we want to take a look at again? Not just for specific events, but just in general, if you want to know more about Jedi, can you give your information through the survey? I mean, that's one way we can collect data.
Mm-hmm.
And the school system uses Google Forms regularly. Is that what it's called? Google Forms?
Google Form, yeah.
Yeah, and that's a very easy thing to set up, and it's pretty private, and they have good privacy policies in place, so that's something that we could utilize if we thought that would be a good route.
That's what we use Microsoft Forms at that event. But it's 6 one way, half dozen the other. Ask a couple questions, have them fill in their name, address, phone number if they want to give it, and then just check a box that says I agree to be contacted. Okay. So maybe that's the second half of the conversation with Mark. Is that what you're saying? You want to figure out how much traffic is actually coming there? And then, okay.
And if we do create a Google Forms, it definitely has to be an account created by, Twinsburg City, because they would have to have access to that and compile it, and for privacy reasons. I don't think any one of us individually should create that.
So, yes.
Yeah. We don't want to be sending emails to people.
No. And I don't want to be responsible for people's information.
Okay. Anything else for community outreach?
Mm-mm.
All right. Moving on to unfinished business. Anything outstanding?
I have a question. I just want to ask everybody if you still have this booklet. And if you don't have it, let me know. If you lost it, let me know. And I could maybe get Shannon to make copies for the ones who don't have this booklet. So just let me know.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay, I'll get one for you.
Along those lines, are there any updates from council that we should be aware of? I know you give council an update on Jedi. Is there anything that I might need to know from council? Is there anything we might need to know from council?
I'll know after tomorrow.
Okay.
Next week.
Fair enough. Any new business? Miscellaneous? Going once, going twice. Okay, next official meeting, Monday, May 8th, unless you would like to join the tour, on Wednesday, May 3rd at 7 p.m.